The struggle is real. Waiting is hard. We all know the feeling of watching the seconds tick by, each one feeling like an eternity. Whether it's waiting for a bus, standing in line at the grocery store, or anticipating the results of a job interview, waiting can be one of the most challenging aspects of our daily lives. Life is full of waiting periods. We wait in traffic, wait for results, wait for our dreams to come true. These moments of waiting can often feel like wasted time, but they are far from it. Each waiting period is an opportunity for growth, reflection, and preparation. It's a chance to build patience and resilience, qualities that are essential for navigating the complexities of life. It's easy to get impatient, to want to force things to happen on our own timetable. We live in a world that values instant gratification, where waiting is often seen as a sign of weakness or inefficiency. But what if we shifted our perspective? What if we saw waiting not as a burden, but as a gift? A gift that allows us to slow down, to breathe, and to trust in the process. But what if I told you that waiting is not a punishment, but a preparation? During these times, we have the opportunity to reflect on our lives, to meditate on our goals, and to journal our thoughts. It's a time to connect with our inner selves and to gain clarity on what truly matters. Waiting can be a period of profound personal growth if we allow it to be. God uses those waiting periods to develop our character, to strengthen our faith. In these moments of stillness, we can turn to prayer, seek guidance from spiritual texts, and find solace in our faith communities. These practices can provide us with the strength and patience we need to endure the waiting periods in our lives. Remember the story of Joseph? He faced years of betrayal, imprisonment, and hardship, yet through it all, he remained faithful to God and patient in his spirit. His story is a powerful reminder that even in the darkest of times, there is hope. Joseph's unwavering faith and patience eventually led to his rise to power and influence, showing us that our waiting periods are not in vain. Yet through it all, he remained faithful to God and patient in his spirit. His story teaches us the importance of maintaining our faith and patience, even when the outcome seems uncertain. It's a testament to the power of trust and perseverance, and a reminder that our waiting periods are opportunities to deepen our relationship with God. And when the time was right, God elevated him to a position of power and influence. Joseph's journey from the pit to the palace is a testament to the fact that God's timing is perfect. It shows us that when we remain faithful and patient, we will be rewarded in ways we could never have imagined. Our waiting periods are not just delays, they are divine appointments. Joseph's story reminds us that God's timing is perfect, even when we don't understand it. Just as the farmer waits for the harvest, trusting that the seeds will grow in their own time, we too must trust in God's plan for our lives. The sunlight breaking through the clouds is a symbol of hope and renewal, reminding us that after every period of waiting, there is a season of joy and fulfillment. So the next time you find yourself in a waiting period, remember that it is not wasted time. It is a time of preparation, growth, and divine timing. Patience, not just a virtue, it's your power up. Patience isn't just about waiting passively. It's about actively trusting God's plan even when we don't see the whole picture. It's about choosing faith over fear, hope over despair. Think of patience as a muscle. The more we exercise it, the stronger it becomes. And as our patience grows, so does our capacity for joy, peace, and fulfillment. Because when we're patient, we're not consumed by worry or anxiety. We can rest in the knowledge that God is in control and that He is working all things together for our good. Don't rush the process, trust the unfolding. We live in a world of instant gratification. We want everything fast and easy. But some of life's greatest blessings take time to develop. Think about a seed planted in the ground. It doesn't sprout overnight. It needs time to take root, to grow, to blossom, and when it finally does, the beauty is breathtaking. The same is true for our own lives. Don't get discouraged if you don't see immediate results. Trust the process. Trust God's timing. Your breakthrough is coming. Finding peace in the waiting room. The waiting room can be a stressful place. It's filled with uncertainty, doubt, and fear, but it can also be a place of peace and anticipation if we choose to make it so. Instead of focusing on the wait, focus on the one you're waiting on. God is faithful. He sees your heart, He hears your prayers, and He's working behind the scenes on your behalf. So, take a deep breath, release your worries, and find peace in knowing that you are loved, you are guided, and you are never alone. Section 5. The power of surrender. Letting go and letting God. One of the hardest parts of waiting is learning to surrender control. In our fast-paced world, we are conditioned to believe that we must always be in charge, always be doing something, always be making progress. This mindset can make it incredibly difficult to simply let go and trust in a higher power. We often find ourselves caught in a cycle of worry and anxiety, trying to control every aspect of our lives. We want to fix things, to make things happen our way. We believe that if we just work hard enough, plan meticulously enough, and push ourselves to the limit, we can achieve anything. But this relentless pursuit of control can lead to burnout and frustration. It can make us feel isolated and overwhelmed, as if the weight of the world is on our shoulders. But sometimes, the best thing we can do is simply let go and let God. This doesn't mean that we stop caring or that we become passive. Instead, it means that we recognize our limitations and acknowledge that there are things beyond our control. It means that we trust in God's wisdom and timing, even when we don't understand it. Surrender doesn't mean giving up, it means finding the balance between effort and trust. It means doing our best and then leaving the rest to God. It's about understanding that our efforts are important, but they are not the only factor in the equation. There is a greater force at work, guiding us and shaping our path. It means trusting that God has a plan, and that His plan is far greater than anything we could ever imagine. When we surrender, we open ourselves up to new possibilities and opportunities that we might have never considered. We allow ourselves to be led by a wisdom that is far greater than our own. When we surrender to God's will, we open ourselves up to a world of possibilities. We begin to see life from a different perspective, one that is filled with hope and trust. We start to notice the beauty in the small things, and appreciate the journey, rather than just focusing on the destination. We release the burden of worry, and allow God to work miracles in our lives. By letting go, we make space for peace, joy, and divine intervention. We find that life becomes more meaningful and fulfilling when we are not constantly trying to control every outcome. Letting go and letting God is not a sign of weakness, but a testament to our faith and trust in a higher power. Section 6. Open doors and unexpected opportunities. When we trust God's timing, we open ourselves up to unexpected opportunities. Doors that we never even knew existed begin to swing open. Remember, God's ways are not our ways. What we may perceive as a setback could actually be God's way of redirecting us to something even better. So stay open to the possibilities. Be willing to step outside of your comfort zone. You never know what amazing adventures await you. Section 7. From impatience to inner peace. A journey of trust. The journey from impatience to inner peace is paved with trust. It's about learning to trust God's heart even when we don't understand His plan. It's about choosing faith over fear, hope over despair, and peace over worry. And it's a journey worth taking. Because when we learn to trust God completely, we unlock a level of peace and joy that the world can't offer. We find contentment in knowing that we are right where we're supposed to be right now. Section 8. Embracing the journey, trusting the destination. Life is a journey, not a destination. There will be ups and downs, twists and turns, but through it all, remember that God is with you every step of the way. Don't get so caught up in reaching your destination that you forget to enjoy the journey. Embrace the present moment, savor the little things, and trust that God is leading you to a place of victory, a place of abundance, a place called destiny. Section 9. The promise of patience, a life blessed. In our fast-paced world, patience often feels like a lost art. We are constantly bombarded with messages that urge us to act now, to seize the moment, to not let opportunities slip away. But what if the greatest blessings come not from rushing, but from waiting? What if the true promise of patience is a life that is deeply and profoundly blessed? The promise of patience is a life blessed. It is in those moments of waiting that we often find the greatest clarity, the deepest peace, and the most profound joy. When we allow ourselves to slow down and trust in the timing of the universe, we open ourselves up to experiences and emotions that we might otherwise miss. When we learn to wait on God's timing, we open ourselves up to a world of blessings, peace that surpasses understanding, a peace that fills our hearts and minds even in the midst of chaos. This peace is not just the absence of conflict but a deep and abiding sense of well-being that comes from knowing that we are exactly where we are meant to be. Joy that knows no bounds, a joy that bubbles up from within and spills over into every aspect of our lives. This joy is not dependent on our circumstances but on our ability to see the beauty and wonder in every moment, to find delight in the simple pleasures of life, and a life that is full of purpose and meaning. When we wait patiently, we allow ourselves the time to discover our true passions, to pursue our dreams, and to build relationships that are rich and fulfilling. We find that our lives are not just a series of random events but a carefully orchestrated journey that leads us to our highest potential. So the next time you find yourself in a season of waiting, remember this: God is not delaying, He is preparing. He is using this time to shape you, to mold you, and to equip you for the incredible things that are to come. Every moment of waiting is an opportunity for growth, for learning, and for becoming the person you were always meant to be. He is working behind the scenes to orchestrate your comeback, your breakthrough, your miracle. Just as a gardener tends to the soil and plants the seeds, trusting that in time they will grow and flourish, so too must we trust that our waiting is not in vain. The seeds of our dreams and desires are being nurtured and will bloom in their perfect season. Trust the timing, embrace the journey, and know that every step you take is leading you closer to the fulfillment of your destiny. The path may be winding and the journey may be long, but with patience and faith, you will reach your destination. And get ready to be amazed by what God has in store for you. The blessings that await you are beyond anything you could ever imagine. So take a deep breath, let go of the need to rush, and allow yourself to be fully present in the moment. Your life is a beautiful tapestry, woven with threads of patience, faith, and love. Embrace it, cherish it, and know that you are truly blessed.